Hey guys, welcome to Marcstv. Today, we're gonna be changing out the water pump. It needs to be done. I just got started, I'm like 10 minutes into this, took the side covers off, started to get these bolts loose. So I got one more bolt down here, and this whole lower unit's gonna come off, and we'll be able to do our water pump build. I do have the service manual, or a service manual, for this outboard. That is very helpful when you're trying to do things and figure stuff out, if you can get one. And would you look at that, it's actually coming off. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, abort, abort. Oh, that sucks. All right, well, we got a hose on the front I forgot about. That's a speedo cable. There we go, okay. It's now ready to come out. A little concerned though, didn't want to go back in. All right. There we go. Lower unit is off. We're gonna go set it against a tree. They recommend using like a vise or getting a special holding tool. Well, we don't got any of that. So we're gonna move over to our working tree over here. Get a little holder out of the ground. Didn't really work. Probably frowned upon, but it's just a skeg, and we're gonna roll with it. First up here, we gotta get these 4 bolts loose. We're gonna crack these bad boys loose. I don't really see a seal around that. I'm not really sure if they're supposed to be. I might take a quick break here once you crack it open to go read the manual. Always a good idea. And we did have water spilling out of the lower unit. I don't know if it's supposed to do that between the lower unit and the exhaust housing, I guess is technically the other part. So yeah, we're gonna look into that. Maybe this just wasn't sealed well. So I do know this has to be turned, I think, a certain way to get it off. Okay, doesn't sound amazing. All right, let's pull our impeller off. Okay, our key fell out there, so we wanna watch that. Okay. Okay, we're looking at this. Overall, looks honestly pretty stinking good in my opinion. Again, we're gonna replace it anyways, just so we know it was done. That is our key that holds that, so spins that anyways. Now we got an O-ring. Pull that off. Now the shaft is a little dirty, which is a little concerning, but I think we're gonna have to just roll with it. So trying to keep order of the order we take everything off. All right, now we gotta get this bottom. For those of you sensitive viewers, you might wanna look away now. There we go. Okay. And of course that old seal gasket is not coming off. Okay, it was in that direction. So water comes up there, into here, and leaks out everywhere apparently. So we are gonna have to get all of that off. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off and get all of this gasket material. Oh crap. Now I'm gonna have to flip it over to get that out. There's no way I'm getting that. Nope. So I'm gonna flip it over and get that out, and I'll get back with you guys. All right, guys, we are getting ready to go back and do the assembly now that we got and all that old stuff off, and I've kind of looked at the manual. So I've installed my gasket here. It's got the gasket sealing compound on it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my plate down, get that lined up. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, now what we gotta do is we have a keyway, and it gives very clear instructions on the direction on how to do this. So it says that it's gonna rotate this way, and that's gonna go on. So we'll put our new O-ring on, and we're gonna put it halfway over the key to hold the key in place. Now what we'll do is I'm gonna get the water pump housing itself with the impeller. We're gonna slide that on, and we're gonna line up the keyway. So this is kind of a weird shaped O-ring, so it doesn't fit. All right, we got the O-ring in place. It's held in. We wanna make sure it stays in place. So right now I'm looking at it, and when I go over, it's kind of gonna be about like that, which actually, looking at this, I do have my key in backwards because the notch is gonna be the wrong way. So we're gonna flip that over, real simple, just like that. There we go. Now when I flip this over, yeah, that's what we want. Okay, one last check, my O-ring is holding in place. So we're gonna very carefully put this on. Try not to screw up my O-ring. Nice and tight fit on the shaft. Okay, we're gonna watch this keyway. I'm slightly worried I might be off just a little bit. Okay, it's trying to slide out on me. I had the key the other way per the manual, and that is correct because that's the rotation. So it's a good call there. But now, this was the hardest part of the day right here, getting this impeller in. We got it in. Now I need to flip my key again back to the way I had it because it was right. You gotta love that. All right, impeller looks good. O-ring looks good. Let's give it another shot. No, I don't think I flipped that. Just like this. Again, I'm gonna try to hold it up here. Man, that's tight. Ow! Well, that's how everything goes, guys. Oh gosh, that was not good. Okay, Glad I didn't take out the key. Jeez, just saw that coming. It went. So now we need to screw that down. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slowly tighten these up each one at a time. You always want to follow the manual and do the torque specs as per the manual. So it says to turn counterclockwise a quarter turn. Oh gosh. Lift and then turn back in a quarter turn. So put it lower on the drive shaft. If you don't read the manual, you wouldn't know that. It talks about different tubes that go on top of this. Ooh, that is dirty in there. But it says except for my model, so we're not going to put anything on there, which I have the O-ring, and it looks like it's the right height looking inside the unit. Pieces of this seal came out, and I found them on the ground, but this goes around this. There we go. I think that is the last of the instructions for the water pump install. So we'll obviously have to get this turned right to get it in. I do have some lube to put on that, and we'll have to make sure our shifter is working right. Before we ever get there, let's go ahead and install this gear lube that they gave us. Apply to upper drive shaft spline. Yes, sir. We're ready to attempt to put this bad boy back in. Oh gosh. First, I'll be honest, didn't really think this was possible in an hour. That's what they claimed. But here we are, just over an hour. It is going back together. Okay, so that's a problem. My tube isn't lining up. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Oh, we got it. It's lined up now. Oh, poor propeller, I'm sorry. Exhaust seal, want to make sure that's good. It's looking all right. So we got front bolt. Okay, we're making it. Exhaust gasket here looks pretty good. So we're gonna roll with that. Try to get these other bolts in on the side. These are 9/16. Oh yeah, that's pulling it up nice and easy. I know, it doesn't fit. Let me get this front one going here a little bit. It's pulling up the unit. And then before we get too crazy, we gotta get those back two bolts started too. About forgot about those. All right, where are we at time-wise here? 1 hour and 4 minutes. That is pretty impressive in my opinion. They said an hour. If I wasn't filming, it could be a lot faster next time, I think. I do apologize. I'm not gonna be able to show you really this part because I can't really see when I do it. I act like I've done this before. I have not. Shift linkage. Ooh, it is short. Shorter than it was. All right, so I gotta get the shift linkage to go up. So I'm gonna grab my Phillips and see if I can get it while spinning the prop maybe. Get to go back up to where it was. Flashlight would be very helpful in this situation. Oh, is that it? Jeez. I think we got it, guys. I think we did it. I'm very impressed. Okay, so now we just gotta get this on, and we gotta get our cotter pin back in, which goes right here. Okay, got that started. Done, it's in. Okay, I got one pin to do on this side, which I probably didn't have to undo, but I did. So we're gonna redo that one right here. That easy. It is now time for me to get the muffs put on and the water going, and we're gonna see if this thing doesn't pump water. I sure freaking hope it does. So let's get to it. The water hooked up here. I'm gonna trim it down a little bit. Muffs hooked up pretty good. And we're gonna fire it up and hope it starts peeing after a few seconds after it gets warmed up. Here goes nothing, folks. Peeing, so that's amazing, and it's not leaking out between the lower unit and the top half like it was before, which is good. I don't know if that was a problem, but it was leaking. It's dripping. I guess I shouldn't have talked too soon. So it's dripping out. Actually, that's coming from above, not here. It was leaking out of this seam. That's dripping from like that. Let's go ahead and make sure it goes into gear, because that'd be bad. We're gonna kick her into gear. Yes, it goes. Let's try reverse. There we go, guys. but that's a huge success. We took it apart, replaced the water pump, and it's still functioning outboard. Very big plus. Let's look at the clock here. An hour and 20 minutes is all that took. Yes, I still gotta put the top on, but I'm gonna look at some things. I gotta index the spark plugs. Okay, so maybe an hour and a half, but still, we did it. It's fixed, it's all back together. It wasn't that scary, okay? Now, I'm mechanically inclined, I know how to work on things, but haven't done much on outboards. First lower unit drop, water pump, rebuild. Feel good about it. Successful, guys, so make my notes in the logs that I did that much service this time, and we'll take her out and see if it changed anything.